I'm Noemie, and along with my partner Remi, we became the Wildcrafters. After building ourselves a tiny house, then a log cabin, we went on a 3-month trip during the pandemic, living the van life up north in a little teardrop camper we also made from scratch. These days, we are bringing you on a different path by challenging ourselves to make a unique and beautiful Airbnb from an old abandoned house. All that in 2 months, my friends. Hold on tight, because this is gonna be a wild ride. It was really taking shape in the old house this week. The 5th of May was the date scheduled for a government inspector to visit us to see if the house was quote-unquote livable in their terms, so we could have access to a thousands of dollars subvention to re-insulate the building. We really had to advance the renovation so we could have access to that very needed money. The two main things that had to be done was the inside window frames and the plumbing, so there was running water in the house before Thursday morning. Remi went on a mission to connect all the pipes to have a functional bathroom. It was a tedious but really important step in the project. You know, the thing with making everything by yourself is that you always have this little moment when you realize you are not an expert and you could totally screw up in quite dramatic ways. Opening the water valve in a house that wasn't lived in for a very long time was a good example of one of these moments. It turned out this time that everything worked out just fine. Now onto the window frames. You might have noticed from previous videos, but making windows is kind of a big deal. Even once they are installed, you need to finish them properly. It's a time-consuming process, with each window needing 8 pieces of trims, and with a house that isn't square whatsoever, you really need to take a lot of time to make sure every piece is fitting well. We don't have a lot of footage from that part because there was honestly just not much time left for filming, and also we went into kind of a hiccup. My daughter already got COVID, so I had to stay home with her in lockdown the day the inspector was coming. We took that opportunity to start working on another project that will have his own video very shortly.
Je crois que t'aurais pas dû mettre du jaune là.
Oh oui, ça va être correct.
Moi, ça va être la plus grande toile de toute ma vie.
We also just got to spend a bit more time outside now that spring has finally arrived for real. My health hasn't been the best lately, so I took this as a chance to try and recover as well. Chances are we will probably all have to deal with the virus now that she brought it home, but we do our best to stay healthy with good food and going to bed early. In the meanwhile, Remi and Jeremy worked a lot on finishing everything in time for the inspection, and it was worth the push. We were granted the subvention, and it was very good news. On Friday, we were all back together at the house and we allowed ourselves a chill day. We worked on installing the hardwood floor and finished a bit early, which isn't very common for us. It's only after finishing the floor that we could really see that the inside is really coming together well. There isn't much left to do in here, and we will be able to jump onto the outside very soon. But someone was too busy struggling eating their sandwich to see how good it was looking. But yeah, really, the sandwich struggle was real. But she overcame the challenge, and after her lunch we went on a little walk together.
Super mode.
Wow. The beanie is also a constant struggle in Aurélie's life, but she doesn't let it stop her. She keeps on wearing it in her eyes without complaints and resume her joyful occupations. She's quite funny to have around, this kid. She reminds me to stay playful instead of being caught up in taking everything so seriously. Even though this project is very intense at times and this week had again its share of problems, I know it's all gonna be okay. I'm happy with where we are at, and I'm excited for the next steps. Thank you for watching our progress, and I wish you a beautiful week.